Alright, I don't want to stay muted too long. I know that there's no music because I'm in the my resin pouring space. Hello, hello, welcome. How are folks doing? I've got a few things we're going to work on today. I was just cleaning stuff. I usually come down about an hour before I start streaming so I can start getting things organized. And I've been sitting here with tape getting little bits of resin off of things, so that's what I've been doing for the past hour. Like I said, we've got a few things we're going to do. I've got some D20s I need to make, and I want to make some keychains, but also I have two kinds of keychains where I have the design figured out for them completely. I'll make quite a few of those, and then I have a couple of keychains that I want to redesign, so I want to get some ideas from folks, and maybe see what other people, what suggestions other people have for that. If you hear a weird, like, whirring sound in the back, let me know, too. I have, like, my little space heater thing going over here, but I know that it makes noise. This needs to go over here. So, yeah, if that becomes distracting, let me know. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Alright, so let me maybe show you the keychains that I want to redesign and talk you through what's going on with them. And then we'll start setting up some of the stuff that I already have designs for. And we'll move on from there. So for like conventions and stuff, I have keychains based on all of the like classic D&D classes. So, you know, I've got like Ranger and Barbarian and that sort of thing. I mentioned Ranger and Barbarian because I do have Ranger and Barbarian keychains, and I like these designs. We're going to make some more of them. Here's the Ranger one. It has, like, plants in it. I don't know. Let's see if my camera will focus if I go up here. Hello! I don't know. It never likes to focus where I want it to focus. Come on. You can find it, camera. I believe in you. I don't really believe in it, but don't tell the camera. There we go. It's got like it's got flowers and stuff in there, and then green resin. That's for the Rangers, and then I've got this with red glitter and foil, and then silver dripping through it for the Barbarians. We're gonna make some more of those because I only have like these left. But I want to get some. The monk design is one of the ones we're gonna work on. I'm not happy with the monk design that I have, and I'm not happy with the paladin design that I have. So here, I'll show you the monk one that I have first. It's literally just clear resin with a white feather, and then some sort of like a little bit of a mica at the bottom. At the moment, I don't know that it's like bad, but I think it could be better, and I don't know what I want to do to make it better. I don't know if it reads as monk necessarily. It's not that, like I said, it's not that it's bad, it's just that I don't know that it reads monk. So I'm looking for ideas on that one. And then for the paladin, at the moment, I have, I guess maybe kind of in a similar vein, I have half clear with silver tinsel in it, and then half a solid color. And I don't mind. I think I like the ones that are shimmery better. I tried it with the shimmery, and then I also tried one where it was clear color at the top. I think I like the shimmery better, but I still don't know if this reads quite as paladin or if it needs like a little bit more of something. So those are the two that I want to get redesigned, is the monk and the paladin. I'm looking for ideas on those. So if you have ideas, I would love to hear them. And hopefully we'll get at least like one or two design ideas poured for those today too, just to get kind of a proof of concept, see how it actually does. Rip off their diamond soul. Which one has that? Is that monk? Is that the monk one? I could see going sparkly for the monk. Oh, you know what? Could go sparkly for the. I'm assuming that's the monk. I mean, I could do like a really fine glitter. I don't do a lot with glitter. So I have glow in the dark glitter. I have, this is it. This is glitter, and some of it's just sparkly, and some of it is glow-in-the-dark glitter. I almost feel like glow-in-the-dark kind of makes sense for a monk somehow. I'm not sure why, but it does in my brain. So we could go like, we could go sparkly. We could go sparkly, and maybe we could go, I could also go the route of like the iridescent flakes. I do really like the glow-in-the-dark glitter. It's fun. You can make some fun stuff with the glow-in-the-dark glitter. But yeah, I also have kind of like iridescent flakes. I have different color ones. It's hard to see on camera. But like I have these flakes too, which are really pretty. Could do something with that. Could riff off of all of the, is it chi or ki? Effects from Kung Fu Panda. A lot of gold and lime green. So, yeah. Could do that. I mean, I do have neon colors. This doesn't look neon here. This turns into like this color right here, which looks darker on camera. So, see, that's the thing, is I don't know, I'm not going for individual subclasses. I'm trying to stay somewhat broad with just the class of monk. And that's part of what's getting me, I think. Glow the way the astral self monk and give it a vibrant blue magenta glow. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like what makes you think monk? Because like for the ranger, I went with plants, but I also went for like a nice green color. Like the druid, I should make some more druid ones. The druids I have in like a clear and sparkly one. But what design? See, orange and yellow. So orange and yellow. So yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, we can. I think of like, you know, kind of a softer colors maybe for a monk, but not necessarily. But the design is what's getting me. The design is what's getting me. Not necessarily the colors, but like how do we want to put the colors together? That's where I'm at on that. So we'll keep thinking about ideas on that one. Feel free to send more. I'm gonna talk about the monk. There's way too many ways for it to go. It's too versatile of a class. You're gonna have to pick an aspect of the aesthetic and lean in. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. That's been my issue with monk, is like I can't think of like a defining feature of the class monk, except that maybe like acrobatics. I tend to think of monk as kind of acrobatics kind of based. And we're going more for how I think about the class more than maybe what the actual class is like. Something that sparkles blue. Could do that. But again, I'm trying to think more about design than colors. How do I want to put these colors together? You always get overwhelmed with color choices for classes. Some of my, well, that's kind of what happened with the paladin over here. I should have figured that out. Some of my keychains, I've done multiple, like, different colors. Yeah, monk is more air. I think of monk as being very air as well. That was why I went with the feathers at first, with the light colors. That's why these were my original monk ones, was the ones with the feathers in there, because I thought it was very kind of airy. Ugh. Very air, light colors. I also tend to think of monk as being kind of more air-like. Yeah. But yeah, no, some of them I've done multiple colors. Some of them, see, that's the thing. Everyone, yeah, feather might be better for paladin. See, the thing with paladin is, I was thinking more like sharp lines for paladins, because I think of them more as a knight with their like kind of metallic and angular armor and stuff, and that's part of the reason I went for a very distinct like line on these ones. And then I also did like the silver tinsel in there, because I thought silver was good too, because again, I'm thinking knight. I mean, there is no right way to represent a monk. All of these keychains are just my interpretations of them. But we could go sparkly with kind of like We could go sparkly. Like I said, I don't have a ton that's just like glittery. So I like, here, okay. Something that I haven't done in a little bit, so some of you guys might not be super familiar, is I like making like sets of dice and stuff based on things. So based on characters, based on, oops, I kind of bumped you guys, based on like characters, based on TV shows, metal, yeah. Again, I'm not looking for colors, I'm looking for designs. That's really the thing. I'm not as worried about colors, I'm worried about how the colors are going to go together. Should I do a dirty pour? Should I, actually I don't know if I've done any with the dirty pour. Maybe a dirty pour would be good for the monks. Maybe I'll do a dirty pour for the monks. That feels kind of airy, and I could do it in like some different colors. But I like making dice and stuff based off of things. And something that I have found is that sometimes you can think too hard about the specifics of something. So, for example, with the barbarian ones. Here's my barbarian one. This is not going to match the aesthetic of every barbarian out there. I just went, okay, how do I picture a barbarian? I think of them as being like bloodthirsty, not necessarily bloodthirsty, but like, you know, very big and strong, and they probably have like some sort of giant axe or something, and they're probably splattering blood everywhere. So I went for red for blood and silver for some sort of weapon. Like, you can spend way too long thinking about every option for something, and that can really hold you back. I've done character dice before, and sometimes, I think I mentioned this in a video once, sometimes it is easier to make something based on something that I'm not as familiar with, because I don't get bogged down in the details of it as much. The ancient ruin dice that I did a video of, I actually talked about this, because those were based on like a character for something. The only correct answer is to base the monk dice off of the 2002 detective drama Monk, starring, well, yeah, sounds about right. I'm just looking for a vibe, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out like a soft and swirling energies is the best fit. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking something kind of air-based, energy-based, main gimmick of the monk, yeah. So, we could probably go sparkly. I'm thinking maybe a dirty pour, because I haven't done a dirty pour for any of these, I don't think. So it might be cool. You know, I did this sort of dirty pour recently. Does that feel... I could still put a feather in there if I really wanted to, I suppose. Would something like this be bad for the monk? Like, I get that it's kind of maybe a little unicorn-ish. It's very pastel and colorful, but it feels kind of magical with the mix of... I don't mind it, honestly. What about something kind of like that for the monk? It really doesn't want to find it, does it? Ooh, it looks very blue on the camera now. But we could do something, maybe something like that. And we could definitely do something with, like this would be really pretty. I've got, like, it's blue and then it kind of shimmers purple. Could do some kind of, like, swirling, but I honestly think the pastels are kind of nice. I could still do feathers. But I kind of like the kind of pastel colors, because I don't really have a ton with, I don't think I have any with dirty pours, and I don't really have any that are like pastel. So that might be something for the monk. Anyways, so that's given us some ideas to work with for monk. Now we're on paladin, and while we discuss ideas for that, let me walk you through the other stuff that we're doing. I need to make some more of these D20s. Spoilers for some Patreon D20s, I guess. I've started to pour the Patreon D20s in like 2 batches, and part of that is because I'm up to 9 people like 9 dice that I have to make for the Patreon D20s every month, And so if I pour all 9 and then decide that I don't like it, that's more of a pain, because then I just have 9 D20s that I think are ugly. So I'm doing 4, I tried it out, and then I'm gonna make 5 more over here. So I pulled the stuff out for these. I've got my shimmering stuff there, and then we're going to put flowers into the molds. So I can actually start putting flowers in there while we chat. Alright, so I think I haven't heard anything from anybody about doing the soft swirling colors. That either means that they're okay with it or they hate it. Not sure which. Probably that they hate it. Alright, let's start adding some flowers to these. So I'm going for all white flowers on these, maybe a little bit of kind of yellow and stuff in there, but mostly white flowers. That's the main plan. There's a little bit of yellow and green coming in just from the way that the plants are. So we're doing this, and then I actually have one more thing, well, kind of 2 more things that I want to get done today too. I am making some example pieces for a in-person resin class sort of thing that I'm going to be doing. There's all my white flowers. Why are they all clumped together down here? I'm going to be doing a thing where I walk people through making some resin stuff coming up next month? Yeah, I think next month. I'm doing a convention, a maker fest. So I'm vending at it, and then also I'm doing a couple of classes. I also made soap yesterday because I'm also doing a soap demo, and it's been like 3 or 4 years since I've made soap. I was like, oh, I might want to, you know, make sure I still remember how to do that. So I actually have soap sitting on the table over there too, letting it cure. It takes 4 to 6 weeks for it to cure. But if you want to come out and pour resin with me, I'll be at Sage Fen Maker Fest in Pasco in, I think it's next month. Pretty sure it's in May. I'll double check my calendar again. Alright, there we go. So we got some white flowers there. Mara gives you a class every time you step into her workroom. Fair. Fair. You've got your own private tutor. I need to drag my brother here at some point. He's had a few sets of dice that he's been talking about making for a while. His finals coming up though, so he's busy. So I'm just gonna put some flowers into these. I have to remember how I did the last ones. I'm pretty sure I just threw a bunch of flowers in the last ones of different shapes and sizes. This one has pink on it. We're not gonna do that one. No, I'm gonna be doing. Do you guys want a sneak peek at the soap? I can give you guys a sneak peek of the soap if you want. I did film the whole thing, but I still have to like edit that, and I'm focusing on the next materials video, the last one. And I actually have a speed pour video I'm in the middle of editing. So it might be a little bit until I get that done. That'll probably be next, actually, though, after I get the next materials video edited. You love sneaking peeks? Alright. I'll grab one of each bar. The room smells lovely. I need to trim these today, actually. So here's the Here's the 2 bars of soap. Didn't quite turn out necessarily exactly how I was expecting. Smell good though. But I did do cucumber melon, and then this one's kind of like a warm, kind of, reminds me of kind of like autumn spices. The idea was old bookstore. Has a little bit of a woodsy, smoky smell too. But these have to now cure for 4 to 6 weeks. I only poured this yesterday. No, not yesterday, the day before. Cut them yesterday. That is the, I started doing soap before I ever did resin. That's why I had an Etsy shop when I first started making resin, and how things ended up snowballing. And it's a lot of fun to make. Like I said, it's been a while since I've made it. So it was a little bit of a, trying to remember how to do it type thing. And this one needs another flower. Yeah, the design didn't necessarily turn out exactly like I was hoping it would, but I don't hate it. It's just that it's, you know, I had an idea in my brain. It didn't turn out exactly like the idea in my brain, but that's okay. Let's put some other flowers in here. Mostly these are it depends. It honestly depends. These ones, I think, were these ones from my yard? These ones might have been from my yard. Pretty sure these and these were from my yard. These ones were from like a bouquet that like my mom had. These ones I bought. This was in a pack of like a bunch of different dried flowers, and this was a pack of dried flowers. So it's definitely a mix. I do really like these ones that I bought. I probably find an Amazon link at some point, but they just work really well in the resin. What was I doing? I was grabbing, I was gonna grab some just petals. I should go pick some flowers outside, actually. Things are starting to bloom here. Would be the right time to do it. That is one of the fun things about doing all the resin stuff, is just that you can kind of use things from everywhere, right? Like, I can use stuff from my yard, I can buy stuff, like there's so many options out there for just things that you can use. That's, I'm working on the script for my last resin materials video, which is going to be about inclusions. There's so many. So these ones, I think this is like sea lavender. I have purple ones. It dries really well. Like a lot of the bouquets, I think it's already dried because it just keeps its color so well. I think these ones I probably hung upside down and just let dry. I do have. You can also get like the little silica like drying crystals for flowers. Little flower drying crystals. Those seem to work fairly well. I need to dry mine out again. I used them for drying some flowers from a wedding. They need to get baked and dried back out. But those seem to work pretty well. A lot of the stuff that I've dried myself it hasn't kept its color. But if you're going for more of a natural look, that's probably fine. It's probably fine if it doesn't have all of its color. Like these ones we're doing, I'm going for like white and kind of off-white flowers. I don't expect it to be super vibrant. And like these ones are dyed. Like these are all very obviously dyed different colors. Dried flowers, they don't necessarily hold their color the best depending on the flower. Let's see here, we'll add a few more. I wonder if I could zoom you guys in. It feels like you're a little like far away, doesn't it? Let me see if I can. Properties. Oh, nope. Looks like there's not a lot of options there. I think it's probably partially the computer I'm on. So while I'm putting flowers in here, I do still need to, now I have like a little bit of an idea for the paladin, at least. I do still need to figure out the, sorry, I have an idea for the monk. I need to get an idea for the paladin. So like what kind of things do you guys associate with paladins? What sort of like, do you think more sharp lines? I think more like harsh edges, sharp lines. But like what do you picture when you picture like something that's paladin themed? So that's what I'm trying to figure out for that. I tend to think of, metallic colors maybe. You know, silver armor and such. I tend to think of like blues, and I tend to think of blue, but I think that's just because I've played a paladin and that's kind of how I pictured her. That was a fun character to play though. Can't grab the flowers. Come here. I think these probably don't need to be absolutely filled with flowers either, because we're gonna have resin sink, or we're gonna use the pigment pastes that I got. I'm gonna have kind of stuff sinking down through these. So you're not gonna be able to see a lot of it. I'll just throw some stuff in here though. Get back here, it's running away. Metallics like gold, silver, and bronze, whites, and anything shimmery. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that color-wise. I'm just not sure what to do design-wise. Like, I think I'm like set on like a dirty pour for the monk. Or at least I have the idea of doing a dirty pour for the monk. Whether that's with some clear and a feather in there, or I have an idea for that actually. No, I might try a couple of different dirty pours with the monk. I'm getting some ideas in my brain. I don't know. I think maybe I don't know. What do we think of this design where I did it half and half? The bottom has the silver tinsel in it and the top is just like a shimmery color. I tried it with a couple of different colors, but we could just go full metallics too. I could just do, well, except that I have something similar for the Artificer. The Artificer's kind of half and half too with different metallic tones. Hmm. And I could go glittery, I suppose, for the paladin. Maybe Petri type style. We're talking metallics though. Or are we talking like a mica drop? I would. So that was actually my original design. It was basically this, but instead of doing two halves, I did clear with silver foil and then a mica drop through it, so some sort of shimmery drip through it. And it was like that one. I feel like it was okay, but I don't know. I didn't feel. It felt too like chill, like too smooth, I guess, or like it didn't have any sharp edges to it, like the design didn't. And I picture more like I said, more like sharp edges and a little bit more distinct, clean lines with Paladin, maybe. Oops. Feels like a very like. Oops. What's the word I'm looking for? Not regimented, but like not strict. Maybe strict? I don't know. Not uptight. Straight-laced? No. You know what I mean, though? Like, Paladin seems like a very by the book kind of class. I know it's not. You don't have to be lawful good or whatever to play Paladin anymore. That used to be a thing, but I still tend to think of it as such. Alright, got our flowers in there. We are making more of these. I am going to have to mix colors because this is actually a mix of a pink and a yellow that I have. Let me set these somewhere out of the way. I'll set them over here. We can start putting together some, we can put some flowers in here for our Ranger keychains. These ones, I'm pretty happy with this design. They have like flowers and moss and stuff in them. So we'll put some of those together. Let me get some of these going. Yeah. So yeah, I like the metallics idea, but I don't know on the style. Alright, let's see. We're gonna do maybe around 10 of the of these keychains for the Ranger. 5. There we go. I'm just putting some of these together so I can keep them upright while they're in the pressure pot. These rubber bands are like, they feel old. I don't know quite how to explain that, but they just feel like kind of dusty. I don't know if I like that. Hopefully I have enough here for the barbarian too. I have one of those already. Let's see here. What have I got? What shapes do I have? I'll add another crystal shape. I have the most of those. Let's trade one of these out because this one's a little bit bigger. There we go. There's those for the Ranger. I'll start getting these together. Hello, how's it going? I'm looking for ideas for like paladin theme. Like, what do we think for like paladin? If you were gonna make a set of dice that was like paladin themed, what design would you do? Like, I'm thinking more like sharp edges. You know what I mean? Like distinct lines. I think of them as being a little bit more by the book type thing. But I don't know. So I'm still trying to figure out the design. We're doing keychains, but I figured you guys would get it if I said dice too. Alright. And then we'll do a couple of, I'm going to do a couple of like, paladin ideas and a couple of monk ideas. So, let's start getting together the ranger ones. So what have I done in these? I put down a little bit of moss of various sizes, and then I put down like a flower on top, looks like. Let me grab some moss. Stepping on stuff. There's some moss. And there's some flowers. Do I have? Oh, there's my other kind of moss. Oh, the moss. So what have folks been up to? Anything interesting going on with you guys? You know, I feel like I need to get a little bit more of a life. Like, I'm pretty much always working, which just means I don't have any interesting stories to tell you guys. Huh. I do have some videos I'm working on. Actually, I've got multiple videos I'm working on. It's so nice. I finally feel like I have time to work on more than one video at once. For a while there, I was just kind of doing one video at a time. The moment I was working on the script for the next and last materials video, resin materials. So that's exciting. Almost have that done. I think I'm gonna record that on like Tuesday maybe. And then I'm working on another speed pour video for a commission that I finished quite a while ago. And then I've done a little bit of work on a video that won't be on this channel. It's actually a game that I played with some friends. And I've realized, so I've had a pretty good time editing things since I started doing stuff on this channel. I had tried making videos in the past, and I just could not stand editing. And I realized at one point that, because I went and filmed a whole bunch of stuff at a convention at one point, and I had like 12 hours of footage because I just kind of filmed whatever. And I realized that I, once again, could not stand that editing. And I'm running into that a little bit with the, like, game video with friends, too. And I'm realizing that I like doing stuff where, I don't have to, like, listen to it to figure out what's interesting. I think that was how the speed pour videos kind of, worked out for me. It was just that I don't have to, I could just look at the video footage. I can just look at the video footage and be, ow, I just need that table, ow. I just hit the corner of the standing desk with my knee, ow. Anyways, that still hurts. It's a bit like funny bone, but my knee. But yeah, I was like, wow, I just cannot stand having to edit video footage where I have like a ton of footage that I have to go through and try and figure out which bits are actually interesting. So like when I'm doing this stuff, when I'm doing like the resin videos, either I am taking a lot of clips of things, so I'm like, I'm only filming the pieces that I think are necessary and that I'm going to actually want in the final video. Or I am scripting it, which again, I'm only going to film the stuff that I think is going to be necessary for the video, so I end up with a lot less footage that I need to comb through. And also I have an idea of the general narrative of the video. I know kind of what's happening in the beginning, middle, and ends of the video. Like even on the like speed pour videos that I've done where it's just what I'm making set to music, I know that I'm going to mix up all my colorants, then I'm going to pour all my resin, and then I'm going to unmold things, and then I'm going to sand things, and then I'm going to ink things, and then I'm going to show off the, you know, how they look at the end. Like I know that that's the story that's happening there. Same every time. And that's just the order that things happen in. But like with like a vlog, there's a lot less of that. There's a lot less of knowing what needs to go in the beginning and the middle and the end to make it an interesting kind of narrative. And that's something I'm running into now too with this video of stuff that I filmed with friends. And it makes me like a little bit sad because it was really fun filming this stuff with friends and playing a game with them. I just don't know what to do about the editing, because it's like I'd love to play this game with friends some more and like put it on YouTube and stuff. I just can't stand editing it. I don't mind it so far. I had enough fun recording this stuff that it's been fun going back and watching it, but I just know that I'm not going to want to continue to do it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm having a good time now. I don't know that I would if I continued editing this style of video. I prefer things where I'm scripting it out and have an idea of what video footage I have. I don't know, anyone have any ideas on that? I mean, obviously it's not like people are watching my other YouTube channel where I play games, really. I think I've got like maybe 12 subscribers over there. Like, that's not, I'm just doing that because it's for fun. And obviously if I'm not having fun, I'm not going to do it. But I just wish there was a way for me to have more fun doing it, doing the editing part. Because that's the part that's getting me, is the editing. I don't know if anybody, like I said, I don't know if anybody else has any experience doing that kind of editing and things. Any ideas? Speaking of my other channel, actually, we are gonna stream from over there next week. I have plans with my normal streaming group over there, I guess, at this point. We're gonna do some more Phasmo, just because it's fun. Pretty sure that's next week. Yeah, it's the 21st day. Yes, yeah, so that'll be next week. So, you know, if you want to come watch us hunt ghosts, that'll be next week over on my other channel. I don't know. I'm honestly pretty happy sticking to stuff on this channel, though. I'm having fun. I've got some resin videos that I'm working on too. We'll see how well those are received. I know that's not what most people are here for, but I'm having fun. And those are a little bit different too, actually, because they are kind of similar in that I don't have as clear of an idea on those of where the beginning, middle, and end is going to be. Hello, how's it going? But I do at least have kind of an idea on those. I have a lot. Oh, dude, I've got so much video footage for videos. That is not an issue that I have. I've got plenty of video footage for videos. It's just finding the time to edit things. I was lamenting this to some folks the other week, fairly recently. It's like I am not hurting for ideas or even footage that is already recorded. I've got probably video footage for like 19 or so dice videos that I just have not edited. Like, the footage is there, it's just not edited yet. I've got, I don't know, you know, 9 or 10. That's a good one. I've got like 9 or 10 commissions that I did that I still haven't finished the videos for. So that it'd probably be good to finish those. Like I said, I'm working on one of those at the moment. Not right this second, obviously. Played some Destiny 2. Now you're watching stream and heating up leftover pizza. Nice. Let's see here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I've got plenty of stuff recorded. It's the editing that takes me forever. It takes me a long time to edit. I'm sure there are faster and easier ways to edit. I think I probably over edit. I was also talking about this the other day when I was talking about all the footage I have, and the dropped things. The person I was talking to was just like, well, so edit less, and I'm like, you know, that's a great idea in theory, but I'm probably not gonna do it, just because I know me, and I know that, like, I'll be more unhappy if I feel like I didn't try to make it as good as it could be. Like, I know that people people enjoy the, like, less edited videos and stuff too, but, like, I don't know, I just have a very, I don't know. My videos would probably be better if I edited less. I had a friend who just started a podcast. He's shocked with how much time it took him to edit. It took him over 4 hours to edit an hour-long podcast. Oh, for sure. No, it takes me way more than 4 hours to edit anything. I think I am probably very slow at editing too. Like, I know that editing takes a long time, but also I get the feeling that I'm also, like, especially slow at it. Don't know if that's the truth or not, but it seems like it takes me forever. Even just like a 2-minute long video, it takes me hours to edit. Well, think of the, how long was that stream I did at one point? Nice. Playing Baldur's Gate. I did a stream at one point where I was, we were making a short together. That wasn't too long ago, but I had did a stream where, I was just kind of walking you guys through, we were just editing a short and, you know, hanging out and chatting. I was walking you through how I did it. And I think that was like a 4-hour stream or so. And obviously things probably went a little bit slower just because I was streaming and, you know, chatting with people and getting distracted and things. Because it definitely went faster after I stopped streaming. But I think it was about a 4-hour stream and we didn't finish making the short. And keep in mind that a short has to be a minute or less. So, you know, it took me 4 hours to make we'll say 5 hours. It took me about 5 hours to edit a 1 minute long video. Oh, not of me saying my videos would be better if I didn't edit. With the ones that aren't edited, you'll start fast forwarding. Oh, not that I wouldn't edit at all, but I'm just saying I don't know if I over edit. You know what I mean? Like, I put in a lot of cuts to get rid of ums and things. But I just feel like it maybe flows better that way. But I know people like, you know, chill, slower paced things too. Some people do. I'm more of a higher energy, I think, video enjoyer. I like things where there is like people talking about what they're working on. And this was part of what prompted me to kind of start thinking about and figuring out what I actually wanted to do video-wise. I enjoy making the speed pour videos, and I'll probably continue to make some. Like I said, I'm editing one right now. But that's not the kind of video that I watch. When it comes to art videos, I like listening to people talk about what they're making and their thought process and stuff while seeing what they're doing. Oh, here we go. Here's something that you guys can help me with. All right, by the way, I got all my plants put in there. Got all my plants in there. So like I said, I was talking to a friend recently because I'm just like, what do I want to do? How are these my keychain molds? What do you mean? I just drill into them. To be fair, there's a ton of delay. Sorry, I just saw your message. I don't think there's too much editing in your videos. There is so much delay too on YouTube. That is something that oh, are these your keychain molds? It's like the keychain molds. Yeah. Yes, these are keychain molds. So we're making some Ranger keychains. I'm gonna do some Barbarian keychains, which I need to pull stuff out for. Some plants over here. Actually, I'll just set the plants away. I'm done with these. Just a second. So yes, we're doing Ranger ones, which I guess somewhat, that's kind of ironic actually, because I think we're going to use Ranger alcohol inks. Yeah, we'll use a Ranger alcohol ink for our, oh, I didn't make these molds. You can get these kinds of molds super cheap online. You just look up like crystal mold or pendant mold. They're pretty common. I will need mixing cup. There's that. Enough. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's gonna be pretty close. Maybe I should grab one of these. Maybe I'll use one of these actually. Oh, what I was gonna say though about videos. The other thing I was talking to my friend about, Dreamy Dice's videos. That is actually what, so not Dreamy Dice specifically, but that was actually something that I was just about to say, was, I started making a list of some YouTube channels that I want to check out and see, like, what do I like about what they're doing, and, like, what could I implement myself about, like, their style and things. So, if you guys have any YouTube channel recommendations that you think I should check out for like things that you like, and it does not have to be diced or resin. I have like Evan and Caitlin, which is resin a lot. I have Delightful, who does doll customization. I also have Mumbo Jumbo, who's a Minecraft YouTuber, but he does a lot of like tutorial videos and stuff, and kind of like fun challenge videos. So like it could be, I have North of the Border written down. The person I was talking to also suggested them. That's very funny. I still need to look them up. Let me look up Dreamy Dice. But yes, if you have, but that's funny. North of the Border is already on my list, which a lot of these channels I've watched. That one I have not. So it's interesting to know that more than one person has recommended them. But yeah, I'm looking for recommendations of YouTube channels or even just things that you like about YouTube channels that you watch. Because I'm just trying to get, like, an idea of what do I like? You know, what do I like watching? Like, what would I want to... Him and Ribonator are kind of similar to you. Their style of speaking and editing. Oh, okay. I probably should put Ribonator on that list. That would make sense to me. But again, it doesn't have to be even crafting. It doesn't have to be resin, doesn't even have to be crafting, but could be. Alright. These ones are going to be our Barbarian keychains, which, if you're just showing up, are these ones. So I need 2 mixing cups. I need one for the red and one for the silver. And the red is a mix of red chunky glitter and red flakes. And then the silver, I think, is just my normal silver gray, pretty sure. So do you just like the, like, pacing? Is it like a pacing thing that you're a fan of in North of the Borders videos? Like I said, haven't watched them, so don't actually know much about the videos. It's on my list. I think maybe that's part of what I want to figure out is pacing, and also, like, what kind of style of videos do I want to do? Like, I think it'd be really fun to do more, like, not necessarily, like, challenge videos. Oh, yeah. No, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. The person that's been doing the stone dice. I can't remember what the channel's called, but yeah, I've definitely seen them around. Well, there was the amethyst one that went, like, viral, semi-viral somewhat recently. I definitely watched that one. A couple fish tank terrarium channels you like, usually tending more towards the tutorial/log aspect with creators talking about the process while they build. That sounds like a good one. MD fish tanks. Let me go back to my page over here. Oh, I haven't seen the opal one. I'm surprised. Opal is not an easy one to work with because it's very soft. MD fish tanks. And Serpa design. You love Ribonator and Dream. It's funny because I watched a lot of Ribonator when I was first starting to make dice. I haven't watched much of him more recently. But yeah, it is kind of funny how things come full circle a little bit, I guess. Yeah, we can use that. Oh, that should be plain. So we're using some red foil and some red, a bit of red foil. Hello! We're talking about YouTube channels that we like, that I can look at for inspiration. That's the current topic of conversation if you want to hop in. And it doesn't have to be art channels or I mean, I must be doing something right, because there are people here, right? Like, you guys must like something about either the videos or the streams that I'm doing. Not necessarily both, but one of them. Or you've just stumbled here and you're like, what's going on? That's also quite possible, I'll be honest. It's probably mostly that. But yeah, I'm looking for I feel like we all started with Ribonator. You too, then you learn that he uses way more resin than people are comfortable with? Wait, what do you mean he uses more resin? Oh, like he has a lot of leftover resin? Or, to be fair, it's the wrong day for, cat cameos, I'm afraid. They've been barred from this room. I have... Oh, wait a second. Oh, not sure how to describe it. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I probably squish out a fair amount of resin too. Excuse me a moment. Let me show you one of the bins that I have under my table. Here's one of the bins of leftover resin scraps that I have under my table. There's more than one. This is just my most recent one. I have actually maybe I should add it to this bag over here and then I can start over. Just a second. I'll add it to my bag over here. I think I can just do, this. I have my bag. Oh my gosh, I've got so much. We'll see if I can get this in the bag. I have some ideas for things I want to make. But again, that's like one of the things that is on my list of video ideas, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. I have done some dice with chopped up bits of this. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm trying to put the bag on the like this so that I can just dump it, like pour it. Oh my gosh! I wonder if this will. I don't know if it's gonna work very well. That's not working very well. I have done that a little bit. I've got, I think probably this is just gonna be the easiest way to do this. I think we've gotten distracted, guys. I think it's my hair's probably just oily. I'm thinking of getting it kind of cut again, because I'm not liking how long it is in the back now. It was a little bit too short when I got it cut at first, and now it's getting like a little scruffy, I think. I think I want to go back to somewhere in the middle. I liked it the best when it was kind of like a little bit shorter. I don't know what, guys, I don't know why I'm doing this right now, but I am. So I don't need to do this right this second. I could do this later. But this is not, I've got another bin under there too, guys. There's so much. I've also got this over here where I have, gross. That's bits of resin and cat hair. I also have this over here where at one point I was, let me go back to this bin over here where at one point I was organizing it by color. Got a lot of blue. So there's that. And then I did, oh, I forgot I had that separate. I have chopped up some of it. So I did, like I did take a blender, I put some of it in a blender. I did chop up some of it into like little tiny pieces. I was excited at one point. There was a thing that was like, they were talking, some company was talking about doing where basically you would make cubes and then they would carve them into dice. And I was honestly really excited for that because I thought it'd be really cool to do some cubes with just the, I could throw the bigger scraps of resin in there, and then when it gets cut up it'd be really like lines and stuff. I thought it'd be really cool, but I don't know that that ever took off the ground. YouTube channel recycles plastics and makes them into things. You find them again, you thought of asking them if they would accept epoxy. Oh, okay, they're melting down, like the 3D print. Oh, yes, I think I've seen that, where they, like, chop up the print resin into, let me put this back up, and this back down. Yeah, I made, like, a sea glass die at one point with that blue and green. I'd have to find a picture at some point. I think do I still have that one? Where did it sell? I can't remember. It might have sold. It was a while ago that I made that one. If you think of more YouTube channels for me to check out, feel free to yell them at me. But we'll continue working on getting things set up for this. So we've got things set up for our Ranger and our Barbarian keychains. I need to figure out... So the monk, I'm debating doing something kind of like this for the monk. Like a dirty pour with like some pastel kind of colors and a mix. I think I like this. Does this feel monk though? Does this feel like a monk? With maybe a little bit more glitter in there. We could do some glitter. Because I've got my, like we could do one of our glow-in-the-dark, glitters or something. Maybe like a blue. Yeah, but does it read as like I'm trying to go for D&D classes. Here's what here was the original design for monk, and we decided maybe something that's kind of like magical, sparkly. Yeah, this is maybe a little bit more chaotic. Something that was kind of for like, maybe like kind of magical, a little bit of sparkle. The original ones I had feathers in them because I think of monks as being kind of air-like. I'm not looking for colors necessarily. I'm looking for designs. Colors are useful too, but I'm looking more for like what sort of resin technique should I do? Or what sort of do the feathers make sense? Like, should I do a dirty pour? I'm leaning towards dirty pour. Like, I'm like, that's kind of where I'm at on that, is trying to figure out, like, I'm curious on colors, but I'm more curious on design. Should we do glitter? Should we not do glitter? I could do it like all flat colors too. I'm thinking maybe a dirty pour. Yeah, I would do a mica drop, but I got a bunch of other ones that are already mica drops, including the Barbarian that we're going to be doing today. The Barbarian one is a mica drop. So like I would do a mica drop, but I've already got quite a few of those. That's why I'm thinking dirty pour. I don't know that I have any of these keychains that are dirty pours. That's why I'm leaning that way. I could do a dirty pour with glitter. Like, we were talking something kind of like glittery and magical. This is glow-in-the-dark glitter too. I have other colors as well. I kind of like it. You know, I kind of like the yellow-orange. That might be kind of pretty for the monk. Yeah, the Barbarian and the Ranger I have designs down. I'm trying to figure out designs for monk and paladin. Where we've been talking ideas for those. Still trying to figure those out. Talk ideas. While we're doing that, I actually have got those. Got those. I want to get the paladin and the monk figured out. I'm also gonna do a dirty pour into this fish mold. Like I was saying earlier, I'm doing a in-person like resin class type thing. Maybe some color shift or macro glitter for the monk. I do have like these flakes, these color shifting flakes, and they come in different colors too, actually. I was saying could do something with those. Or actually, I just have straight up, I could do just like these pretty much rainbow iridescent flakes. That feels kind of airy. But the fish, I'm doing an in-person, like, walking people through making resin stuff thing at a convention I'm going to. And so I'm making some little, like, test pieces to show off some different techniques. So I've got, like, a Petri fish, which honestly, I like the little Petri fish. Petris work fine for me, not in dice. Although this one did end up a little bit, like, bendier than my other pieces. And then here's a mica drop. I don't know about this mold for showing off the designs. Oh wait, you know what I made recently? I did some keychains. Do I have a picture on my phone? Let me go here. Let me go here. Sent photos. I don't know how well. I did like this recently, so it was like a very shimmery white, and then I added some of those flakes in there, so it kind of had like a sparkles of like green and stuff in there. So could do something with that. Yeah, I was definitely thinking so. So the design that I have at the moment for the Paladins is I had clear with silver tinsel and then like a solid color at the top. Yes, I would do like a bright silver, like that's what I think of as like a really bright silver, because I think of like a knight. And that's also why I think of like kind of sharper edges. But we could do like, kind of like that, the white, like the super bright white with something in it. We could do like silver bright white with like silver foil in it. Or we could do like a silver bright white with different colors of, like I could do one, like the dark blue I think would be really pretty too. I think of Paladins as being like white and silver and blue, but I know that's just kind of a me thing. Oh, but for the fish, I've got a mica drop and a Petri. I don't like the dirty pour that I have over here. It kind of blended together a bit. Part of that I think is the mold. It's kind of hard to see, but like, could do white with the golden shimmer to it. I do have that sort of mica. Where's my, here we go. Got like an interference gold. I do have that for the, I have interference gold and pink and blue, so they all look white and then shimmer those colors for the cleric. Oh, Petri for the monk. Could do Petri for the monk. That's true. We'll do a couple of designs, I think, for each one. So let's do a dirty pour for the monk, and we'll do a Petri for the monk. So I'll grab a couple things here. Which one's the good idea? What for me to talk about? There's been a lot of ideas thrown around. So yeah, I think we can try one dirty pour and one Petri. Or not one, yeah, one Petri, one dirty pour for the monk. And maybe we'll do, should I do a feather? So I'm not mad at the idea of the feather. I don't know if it's too specific for a monk. But again, I think of monk as being very kind of air-based. I could still put a white feather in there and then do the Petri around it. Or I could do like a really light blue resin. I could do a really light blue resin with like a little bit of sparkle to it. Like a very subtle sparkle, and then do the Petri into that. What color are we doing the Petri? You tend to gravitate towards the lawful good types, yeah. So maybe a feather in the Petri. Clear resin with the feather, and then Petri. Let's see, for the monk, maybe in kind of like an orangish yellow. We could do a couple different colors, but should we try like an orangey yellow color? Maybe like mango. You know what? I could pull out my color chips. That could be an option. Oh, I mean, we could also do it with some of these flakes and just do white too if we really wanted to. Or we could do it with some sort of colorful glitter. Let me I'll pull out my color chips. I got a new container. I've been slowly upsizing the size of my container because I'm running out of space. Let me move some things so I don't knock them over. And I pour this out. Maybe that's fair. That's fair. Aang is very like a kind of monk. Yeah. So we could go more. Oh, that's definitely more yellow actually than I was. It's kind of a yellow orange. It's very yellow. I set it down as a little bit more orange. No, I played a monk at one point, and she was so much fun. I kind of like those two colors together. Do like a drop of those in there and some white. She was so much fun for just like personality traits. Yellow by my right. This one? You're talking about this one? This one's actually glow in the dark pigment. It is this one. So I mean, we could do kind of like a glow in the dark thing too. I was talking about using the glow in the dark glitter for the monk. But I played a paladin, and for personality traits I wrote down confident, and for flaws I wrote down overconfident, because she would just jump into things wholeheartedly, and it was so much fun to play. Cause she's just like, oh look, a hole in the ground. Let's just jump into that. Monk 5e has 3 subtypes: wave, open hand, wave the shadow, and wave the 4 elements. Yeah, I'm trying to steer away from the subclasses though. I'm trying to go for just kind of overarching vibe of a monk. 20th level monk becomes outsider, so that might be kind of a fun hint at that. Wait, what's kind of a fun hint at the... Doing a Petrie? Wait, what's a fun hint at the monks being outsiders? But yeah, we could go... It's kind of a nice color. Could go for like a glow in the dark or something. I don't like these two though. Is it Key or Chi? Is it Key? I don't know. I haven't played a monk. But what are we saying would be good for Key and being an outsider? Sorry, like I said, there's so much delay, and that is one of my biggest gripes with streaming on YouTube versus, yeah, we were talking about we were talking about that earlier, and that's part of the reason we were talking about doing like a dirty pour, possibly. It's kind of like that flow. Like I said, I think we'll do a Petrie, and we'll do one Petrie, and we'll do one dirty pour, or we'll do a couple of each to try and get the feel for the monk. So let's do like a dirty pour. I don't know if I want to do it in these colors. I don't mind these colors. Honestly, the pastels aren't bad. And I like the mix of shimmery and non-shimmery colors. But I don't know that other people will feel the same way about those colors. But yeah, I think maybe a little bit more pastel-y would be nice. And then we'll do a Petrie for sure. Yeah. I know about key points. It's key. I think it's key. Anyways, I know about key points. But so that's why we were talking earlier about doing something kind of magical because of the key points and the flow of key. And that's part of the reason, like I said, that's part of the reason we got to dirty pour. Petrie would be good for that too. Now, guys, now we're figuring out colors. Now that we have a design, I'm down for figuring out colors. We were talking oranges and yellows before. I do like oranges and yellows for a monk, but I don't know if that will always translate the best necessarily in the resin. I don't know what all we want to go with it. Do we want to go with you know, sparkly bits? Do we want sparkly bits? Or sparkly bits? Do we want some sort of sparkly bit with it? Or do we want to... What do we want to do there? I'm trying to keep these somewhat distinct from other designs that I have too. That's also part of the thing, is you guys aren't seeing all of the designs that I have all in one spot, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Depends on the person, bro. Depends on the person. But for monk, I'm picturing like orange or blue. I could go pastel-y sort of colors. That feels a little bit too. I know. And we can do like more than one color for things. Like, again, these were all paladin ones. I did different colors. But although, you know, alternatively, all of the ranger ones have been green. It really depends. We will pick a color or two and just try them for today. What? Kind of pretty. I do need to pick. That'd be really pretty. Kind of a tealy color. So for Petrie, I'll grab a few colors out for Petrie, and we can decide. Anyways, let me think. So for the Petrie, okay, yes, for the Petrie, do we want to have anything? I'm a sucker for a good teal as well. That's why I pulled it out, and that's one of my favorite colors right there is teal. What do we want anything in the resin with the Petrie, or do we just want clear resin with a colored Petrie in it? Because, like, do we want to do some sort of glitter or sparkle or something? Like, do we want... Like, I do have some other keychains that have this sort of sparkle in it already, but that's in, like, a different color. I could do the glow-in-the-dark glitter, but it's chunky. It's all going to sink to the bottom, I know, because we're going to do the Petrie fairly quickly so that it has time to sink. I do also have, like, darker multi-chrome flakes. So, could do something like that. But I don't know that the darker would be good. I think the lighter. Could also just add a little bit of, like, sparkle. Just add a little bit of sparkle to it. To the resin. We could also just do, like, a colored resin with a white Petrie in it, too. Like a really pale color of resin. Maybe a really pale colored resin with a little bit of shimmer and then a white Petrie in it. I don't know if would that... You think teal with clear resin? Do you think clear resin, nothing in the clear resin? Hello! How's it going, Omar? We're coming up with ideas for paladin and monk keychains. We're still debating. We've been talking a lot about the monk one. We've decided we're gonna try a dirty pour, little sparkle. Yeah. All right, we can try it. Let's try the teal. I'll try this teal in the. That's true. Maybe just clear. Goku dice. Oh boy. Does anybody else have any ideas? No. So maybe just clear with the teal. All right, we'll try it. Let me pull up my ocean. Here's the ocean one. Little shimmer is cool. Maybe a clear color and a more opaque color would be cool as well. Well, the Petrie is going to be opaque. So you use the opaque white ink to push that down. So we can add a little. Maybe we'll add a little tiny bit of sparkle, like a tiny amount, just enough to give it a little bit of a. It'll almost make it feel more crystal clear with a tiny amount of sparkle to it. Alright, because I mean, tiny amount of sparkle. And then we'll do a Petrie in the teal. We'll try that out. Yeah, we're gonna do some Phasma next week. And Petries work fine for me for the most part, unless they're in dice. Dude, there's so much. The resin scraps. The resin scraps. So we'll try that for the monk. I do kind of want to try doing a dirty pour as well. In maybe some pastel sort of colors. It's got a nice pink. We could try the glow-in-the-dark glitter out with a dirty pour. Weird colors. You have to... Oof. Yeah, my dad had ankle surgery, and that was a rough recovery. He was, I think he was laid up for like 6 weeks. It was not a fun time. Tiddlywinks. Oh, it doesn't work too well. It's not working too well. So that's kind of where we're thinking that direction for Paladin. Let's get to Paladin in just a second. But yeah, hopefully your ankle surgery goes well. That sounds like a pain. So we're gonna do Petrie for monk. I want to try doing a dirty pour too. Let's figure out like 2 or 3 colors I think for the dirty pour for the monk. Maybe one of these like the sparkly things in clear, and then another color with it. I don't know what color. You like earthy tones for monks? That's fair. I tend to think of more like lighter colors. The ones I have at the moment are very kind of pastel with feathers in them. But yeah, that's true. I do tend to think. I have some opaque, more earthy tone opaque ones. These were my original ones. They have feathers in them. I did get those. I did get these opaque colorants, and they've got some more like kind of earthy tones to them, so that could be something there. Ugh. Guys, you gotta stop. Your ankles need to just not do this to you. That sounds like no fun, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry your ankles are giving you trouble. That's no fun. But we could go for some, like, kind of earthy... Actually, you know, I kind of don't mind the earthy tones here. You think, Monk, you think living off the land, harmony with nature, but, like, in a different way than druids. Yeah, that's fair. And different way than rangers, too. What if we went, like... What if we went for, like, a, kind of... Maybe stone. Yeah, stone more than... That makes sense to me. More stone than dirt. Green, right? Maybe more. Been living with yours for the past 15 years, so shrug. Oof. Well, hopefully it keeps working for you. This one has a little bit of kind of some green and brown in it. Just because I don't know how I feel about it being all, like, monochromatic, like, all just grays. I do kind of like the ideas of... I'm down for the idea. Although I do like this sage green. It's really pale. It's kind of pretty. That feels kind of... I think something like that. There's still a little green in there, but it's like... kind of... stone and moss. I could do actual moss, too. I could do actual moss in there, but I have that in, like, the ranger and stuff. And the tea green's kind of nice, too. Yeah, we could go for kind of a stony look. Not a bad blue. Rita's dwarf. I kind of don't mind having the blue, and I think the blue pulls it away a little bit. Not in a good way. But Rita's dwarf, I don't know. I don't know if it'd Rita's dwarf. I can't, but yeah, I think the halfling I could see, yeah. Dwarf I think of as even darker colors. But yeah. I'm not planning on using all of these though necessarily. That's how you spell chi. Key is K-I and chi is Q-I. I think that's what I'm getting. I think that's why I was getting mixed up before. Yeah, I think of key as being probably more blue, but yeah, we could go a little bit. We could try going muted. I wanted to go maybe like pastel or muted or something a little bit with these. But again, I was also thinking of going more yellows and oranges. Like I have like, you know, this really pale, oh, like a jade color. I think I just threw it back in. I don't know that it's, or do you mean the actual rock? Where did that go? I had a green that was a good jade color. Where did it go? You can always mix a color too. Where did that go? I just had some, like a slightly darker green. Color equal. Jade comes in a few different colors, but yeah, let me, where did that go? I just had a good kind of jade green. Where did it go? It's not one of the ones in my hand. It's not that one. Oh! Run away! That one's more of a gray. Where did I put that? I like that green. Actually, that green and this green match pretty well. Where did that go? I've lost it. Nope, that's not it. Well, I don't know how I want to organize these. So that's the thing, is like I used to have these on strings in similar colors, but like I like being able to set them next to each other like this. I guess if I sorted them into like bags or something, I could throw them then back into the same bag, but that's probably better than putting them on a string. My color samples look like how your magic cards are organized. Very nice. I just had a slightly darker green, I swear. That was pretty. Where did that go? Just gotta throw all my green ones over here, maybe you can spot it. Made out of wasabi powder. I know I have that card. Where did I put it? Yeah, where did that one little piece go? I swear I just had it. Well, I swear I had like a jade color. At some point, it was in my hand. It is no longer in my hand. Maybe it was more neutral tone than I was thinking it was. My hand is spicy now. Just lick the wasabi with the wasabi chips. I do like wasabi. I also really like horseradish. Big fan of horseradish. Now I'm hungry. Now I want something with horseradish. I don't know where it went. I don't know. I lost it. I lost it. But I did find this darker green color that I like. I like those. I do think that the more neutral blue is good to have in there. And the silver makes it feel a little bit more stone-like. It's an ASMR video. Here we go. I found my new calling, guys. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. I didn't throw it up here, did I, with the other greens? No. Yeah. Ooh, yum. You're just trying to make me even more hungry. I see how it is. The chicken bites with a variety of sauces for dinner tonight, along with bacon, macaroni salad, and roasted carrots. You're making me hungry, guys. You're making me hungry. Watch out, I will leave you for pizza. Now, what are we feeling? I swear there was another green. Maybe there wasn't another green one. Did I just imagine another green opaque one? Maybe I just imagined it. I'm looking at my my colors over here now. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe I was thinking it was this one. April 1st video is just an hour of chip noises. You tried Beaver brand horseradish? No, I haven't heard of that. To be fair, I don't eat a lot of horseradish in my day-to-day life. I just like horseradish. I kind of think, I don't know, maybe this is too, maybe it's a transparent one over another one that made it look jade colored. Maybe, I don't know. I think it's possible I just imagined it too. I was driving earlier today, and I could hear this really low hum. And I was like, okay, it's gotta be, I think it's a car next to me, but I can't tell. And as I kept driving, I was like, I can't tell if I can still hear that really low hum or if I'm imagining it at this point. It's like it's just such a pitch that I could probably find this noise within just a normal road noise. I can't tell if I can still hear it or not. That's what I'm like. I wonder if it was the, I wonder if it was, different one that I was, oh, maybe, it wasn't that one, no. But no, like a jade color would be good. I could do, like, I think I've done, like, faux jade before. You're watching me you think you're watching me slowly lose my mind? You think I ever had it to begin with? Can I still hear the noise now? You can't hear it in the background? We could go jade. Should we try going for like a jade color? Maybe kind of like mixing some, we could do a dirty pour that's kind of a jade color. Let's see, what color is jade? It's green, I know that. I'm trying to think of like what sort of tone. J-A-D-E, enter. Images. It's a little bit more blue than I was thinking it was. No, not all of it. Yeah, it comes in so many different colors. I'm thinking a little bit more, a little lighter and neutral toned, maybe. I feel like those mixed together would be good. Maybe these almost. Yeah, exactly. There's several types of jade. Your sister and yours favorite saying is, "I'm not suffering from insanity. I'm enjoying every minute of it." Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, there's different sorts of tones of it. Like, do we go a little bit more? Yeah, it maybe goes a little bit. No, it's kind of in the middle. Like, do we go? Like this one could feel very jade. Actually, that one's not bad for jade. But it could also go a little bit more blue. Or a little bit paler and blue. I almost think going a little bit more pale with it. A little bit more tealy. We go for a very like soft sort of dirty pour. I could put some kind of like a little bit of a kind of a tealy color in there, help lighten it up and push it a little bit more towards the blue. I could do kind of this off, like it's a very muted green color. Ah, headaches. That's no fun. Not that I'm sure my yapping is helping with your headache either. I get so many just like sinus headaches from pressure changes. It's really annoying. I do have this. It's blue-green. That's pretty. Go that one. That's more teal. Oh, I've seen real jade before as well. Yeah, I've seen real jade before. I'm just trying to think of what it looks like. Again, 500 milligrams Tylenol, 500 milligrams bonk in head with hammer. I think maybe, like I was saying before, I think maybe this might be a situation where it's better for us to just think about what we think jade looks like and not actually look up pictures. I'm gonna close those now. Oh, red jade. I read that as real jade. Oh, yeah. I don't think I've seen red jade before. I didn't know that it came in different colors. Is it dyed to be that color, or is it just naturally that color? Maybe we just mix like some greens. And I could, like, do we want to do some more neutral sort of greens? Do we want to go more neutral toned, or do we want to go more? That's cool, yeah. I mean, you can go a little bit more neutral tone, maybe. Could mix this with a little bit of white, make it a little bit more opaque. So naturally that's color, that's cool. Let's put it over here. I remember how I did faux jade in the past. I'll go with that, actually. Maybe I'll go with these. I almost feel like for jade, I don't want to go with shimmery colors. I want to go with semi-opaque. Oh, is there iron in it? Is there iron in the in that kind? I'm thinking maybe I don't want to go with the, okay, we'll try jade. We're gonna try some jade sort of color. I'm gonna do, iron makes sense because red. Yeah, we'll try like a jade. I think that'll be cool. That is slightly less ASMR. It's very loud putting these things away. Let me set these over here. These are some colors I'm gonna work with. Ooh, this one too, that might be interesting. So I'm gonna go for slightly brighter, I think, green colors. We might mix in a little bit of some of the more muted, opaque green colors, but I think I want to go for mainly. I don't want to go for shimmery. I want to go for semi-opaque, kind of flat colors. That feels more jade-like. I'm gonna add a little bit of shimmer in there. Just because I think that that'll add a little bit of interest, but mostly just flat colors in a dirty pour. I'll probably need these again in a minute when we talk about paladins, but that's okay. We're going to set it up out of the way for now. Actually, we'll set it up here for now. I think it's going to be mixed with white. So I've got a couple options there. Show some examples in Discord. I will Google, not Google, I will look. Discord. General. Oh, yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty color. It looks very different from the green jade. Isn't it crazy that a long time ago someone was like, hey, this rock is green and cool. It's going to be expensive now. There's a lot of rocks that are like that, I'll be honest, including diamonds. You can very easily lab grow. You can lab grow diamonds. You can get lab grown ones. Few people died for them too. I will say that both gold and diamonds are very useful materials, just because of how diamonds are and how conductive gold is. But yeah, let's pick some colors here for jade. So I want to go a little. Like I said, I'm gonna mix them with white, so maybe we pick like a darker one. Go maybe those three colors, and then a little bit of shimmer. Yes, but shiny mean good. And I could do a little bit of this on there, but nah, maybe not. I think those are probably fine. I don't necessarily need to go that yellow. Do I want to go more yellow? I don't know that I want to go more yellow. We'll go with those, I think. Yeah, we'll go with those. That seems like a good plan. Alrighty. Pull those out. So we want Pix Turf, Ranger Mojito, which I already have out, and the Lumino Kiwi. And then that's the Brambleberry, Hermit Green. No, that's not that one. I have this one out. Oh, I might need to. Oh, I might not have this over here. Just a second. I actually just used this recently in my soap. That's one of my soap colorants. Do I have any more of the little containers somewhere? I had little, I had these little containers that I filled with some mica. Where did I put those? I think I have more somewhere. I just have to find them. That's like the story of my life right there. It's like, I could have sworn I had some of those. Oh, that's fine. So we'll do a little bit of that as well. Okay, let me grab 3 cups, 4 cups. So we're gonna have 4 different colors. And actually I might just throw some of this in here now. I figure if we have leftover resin too, I'm going to make some miscellaneous dice as well for my miscellaneous dice bin. Oh yeah, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, you missed the sneak peek of the soap that I made. Did ink that one dye? I just did some flat black dots for it just because you didn't like the result too much. Which dye? I don't know which dye we're talking about, Cobra. Was this one that you weren't a fan of that you made? I don't remember which one we're talking about. Oh, okay, shared it the other day in Arts and Crafts. I don't remember. My brain doesn't work. Okay, take those. Set these off to the side so I can remember which ones I need. Okay. So we've got 2 ideas for monk ones. We've got the jade ones. We've got the teal petri. And then for... Should we just skip the paladin one for today? Or do you guys want to figure out the paladin one? We're talking like silvers and whites and golds. But I don't know what design to do. And it's been about 2 hours. So that's where I'm at. I also don't know how much resin we're going to have left. Sometimes less can be more. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've definitely done some dice where I'm just like, why did I add so much stuff to that? It would have been better if I'd stopped with half that amount of stuff. Okay. Got those for those. Got that for that. We've got... That doesn't need to be out. Let's get this set up for... Actually, probably I could use this. We've got some D20s here that we're pouring. I've already got the flowers in there, but I need to get our other bits in there. We're trying to get them to match these. So I've already got the flowers in there. I need to get the sparkle. There's a fair amount of sparkle. I sometimes need to learn that lesson of less is more. I feel like I have a tendency to think that more is more. Which sometimes that works out well for me. Sometimes I like doing really intricate, lots of details type things. I think it's fun. But sometimes it ends up detracting from things. That's something that I've realized with just art in general, is that sometimes, well, actually, not sometimes, most of the time, art can be better by knowing where not to put things. Like, knowing where to put negative space. That's something that always, like, impresses me with, like, watercolors. I'm always impressed when people do watercolors and they just, like, they know where not to put paint. It's like, you know, where do you leave it blank? I'm always impressed by that. It's the same thing with, like, music and other things too, and comedy and drama. Sometimes it's just not saying anything that makes things funnier, makes things more dramatic. You know, music, same sort of deal. It feels on not being able to decide. Been putting off resin for a few days because I can't decide if you want to make a mica drop, coffin box, or try the dark nebula with a coffin box. Do you want me to start a vote? I think you should do the dark nebula with the coffin box. That sounds cool. I think every artist needs to remember that from time to time. I will say my go-to get unstuck from not knowing what to do remedy is just to randomly pick what colors and stuff I'm gonna do, or to purposefully try and make something that I think will be ugly. That's one of my tricks for getting unstuck, is purposefully trying to make something that I think will be ugly. Because then there's no pressure for it to look good, and sometimes it ends up looking great, and sometimes it doesn't end up looking great, but it doesn't matter, because you weren't trying to make it look great. I think that's... Oh, I need to get... Let me grab one more thing here. I'm making a fish, too. Let me do some of this. So I'm going to pour all of these things and then... Woo, yay! I want to see it when it's done. That'll be cool. I'll probably have leftover resin from these. Maybe. I don't know. It's a little bit hard to judge when I'm doing a bunch of different things like this. But I'll probably have leftover resin, and we'll just make some miscellaneous random dice with that. And that works out. I'm going to hold off on doing the paladin design for today, just because we've been going for a while. Oh, this one. I think that one will be good. Yeah. How about this? Happy to help by randomly choosing things that I want to see. Alright, is that... I think that's all of my dry... Oh, no, wait, this. Add a little bit of shimmer. That's what I'm missing. Need to add just a tiny bit of shimmer for the peach tree we're going to attempt. Okay, that should be everything. Alright. I'm good. Have I finished off my tea? Yep. Alright, yeah, I think that's everything. I'm gonna grab safety equipment so we can start getting things poured. They're all bunched up. There we go. Let me check the inside of this thing. I have so many spiders in my basement. I am so worried that one day I'm going to put my respirator on and there's going to be a spider in it. You're welcome, everyone, for that visual image. So I am going to be a little bit muffled for the rest of the stream. Wow, there's a big delay. Sorry, I have the stream open over here. Am I caught up? Oh, that's because my stream's fine. There we go. Now it's... For some reason, my stream was lagging behind. Alright. So, actually, should I turn off the... Can you guys hear me over the little space heater that I have over here? I don't know how loud it is for you guys. I want to make sure you guys can hear. Look. Luckily, I can't see myself now. I've just got one, like, curl in the middle of my forehead. You always check your master spiders. Oh, yeah. Alright, it's good to know I'm not the only one, at least. You can hear? Okay. Alright. Let's get some resin poured. I'm gonna go a little bit quiet here for a second. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. But I am not gonna try and talk and measure at the same time, so I'll be right back. Oh, I might even pull out my my new thing of resin. This is getting really low.
I have a new thing of resin upstairs. I think I probably have enough for today, though. It might just take a little longer for this to pour. We're almost there. Are we there? Yeah, we're there. Are we there yet? Don't ask me why I always end up with more hardener left over than resin. I plead the fifth, and also I don't know. Oh, true. Dude, I've had just so many tiny spiders on my desk recently. This is the second time that this has happened, and I don't know why. It's like, ugh. Alright. Oh, yeah. I probably should clear up all the spider webs off of the windows in my office. I'm sure that they're just nesting up there or something, but it's kind of hard to get to. Yeah, there's a bunch of spider webs just in the window. I probably, I have like a feather duster. I honestly haven't cleaned them up because I'm just so worried about taking like a feather duster to them and just spraying like a giant spider somewhere. But that probably would just like help fix my issue. Not spraying spiders everywhere, but just actually getting rid of the cobwebs. I don't know, who knows? Maybe I'm going for like a haunted house sort of look. Yeah, that'd probably be good. There's also just straight up a gap at the top of that window. So like bugs and stuff can just get in there. Ugh. Get that fixed at some point. Alright, we're gonna get this mixed up. I think probably the first things that I'm going to want to do, so I'll get everything divvied up. I'm just thinking of which dice I want to do first. I think probably these, or which things I want to do first, probably these D20s because they have a bunch of plants in them. And I want to give them enough time to have air bubbles, find their way out from underneath those. We're also doing kind of we're doing a pigment paste in there as kind of like a drop. So we want to give that time to sink as well. Although the last ones, they sank a lot, so I don't know. I could probably wait a minute before putting that in. And then probably next after that, I'm doing a bunch of stuff where I want to pour it while the resin's still very liquidy. I'm realizing I want to pour while it's liquidy for Ranger keychains, because we've got those plants in there that the resin needs to sink down underneath. I want it to still be fairly liquidy for the Barbarian keychains because I'm doing a mica drop in there and I want the mica to have time to sink. I definitely want to, have time for the Petri to sink. So the only thing that I'll kind of be waiting on is the jade the jade dirty pour and the fish dirty pour. Because the dirty pours tend to work better when it's a little bit thicker. But yeah, most of these we're going to want to try and get poured fairly quick. Don't want to let it sit too long. But yes, I'll do the D20s first because those are the most important to me too. Make sure those get done. Is there 10? We're talking about 40 milliliters there. Yeah, these in-person events, they always kind of like sneak up on me quick. I've got about a month, I guess, until the convention I'm going to be at over the Maker Fest that I'm going to be at. But I never feel like I have enough stuff for like conventions and things, and then I actually go and start laying things out on my table, and I'm like, where did all this stuff come from? It's like, what? When did I make this many magnets? Did not realize I had this many magnets. That's always. So I've become a little bit more laid back about it, I feel like. But at the same time, I do want to get, I want there to be more than just 2 of one kind of keychain. Because keychains, I'll be honest, the big sellers at in-person events are the keychains and my miscellaneous raw dice. Because those are like, they're $5 each. You know, it's something that's a lot cheaper than a full set of dice. But also, like people get excited about all the pretty, sparkly, shiny, shimmery things. And so they want, you know, something. Those are nice, less expensive options. Especially if there's like kids and stuff too. Like part of the thing with the miscellaneous raw dice bin too is that they're there for kids to dig through. They're there for adults to dig through too. Don't get me wrong. Like adults love to dig through it. But if like, you know, mom and dad want to look at a full set of dice, you know, little Jimmy might want to be looking at things too. So the miscellaneous raw dice is nice there. Nice to have there as like a distraction of, here, do you want to dig through this? It's just fun to dig through and see what's in there. I'm slowly working on building that back up. That thing, I have a like container and it has gone down dramatically. Alright, how is this feeling? Let's see. I just want to have any. This is looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any streaks. Let me just scrape the side and the bottom one last time and then we'll call it good. Yeah, that's looking fine. I'm not seeing any streaks in there. Alright. So, let's see here. I probably want about 40 milliliters. So, we'll go down to about a little bit above 60 because I'm going to put some in there as well. A little bit more. Ah, okay. Ooh, yeah, you're making your stuff now. Okay, I'll get this down. Alright. There we go. There's that. Just finish splitting things up. What did I say I was going to do? Okay, I want to make sure I get the Ranger ones done. Probably need about 20 or so, 25. So I want to go down to about 40, a little bit more than 40. Let's try about 10. Yeah. A little bit more. And that's just going to be green. That's going to go with our Ranger ones. You made like 14 liquid cores since you've been listening to the stream? Nice. I should use more liquid core dice. Those always go over well. There's those. Alright. Let's see here. Your lighter is dying. I think I'll have plenty of resin here, actually. Because I'm just doing some little things there. I'm going to leave a little bit of resin in here just in case one of our projects needs a little tiny bit more. But I'll set that off to the side for now. Like I said, I'm going to start off with our D20s here. It's going to have, and I'll tell you what, I'll pour this in. I'm going to mix this up. This is our clear, and it has that sparkle in there. Get all that sparkle off the bottom get mixed in. We'll get this poured into the molds, and then I'll actually mix up the red color that we want. So I got $3 grill lighter that lasts you almost 2 years. Honestly, nice, yeah. Yeah, I got a pretty good amount of use out of it. Sounds like it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we'll pour this into the mold and let it start sinking down into those flowers while I mix up the stuff from the pigment pastes. This might be even more. I might have added more to this than I did to that last one, but that's okay. But yeah, I want time for the resin to sink down underneath those flowers. So I'm just going to pour a little bit at a time so the air bubbles can travel up to the surface. Here's a question for you guys. So I said I'm going to be doing a thing where I'm like helping people pour resin in person. I'm going to go kind of have a little bit of a class. It's going to be outside so that we hopefully don't have to worry about fumes as much. What should I bring? I have some plans. I'm going to bring mica powders and I'm going to bring alcohol inks. Should I bring like flowers or anything like that? Or any other kind of like inclusion? I wasn't really planning on it necessarily just because I'm, transporting stuff's going to be a pain. A little bit. Not too much of a pain, but a little bit of a pain. Okay, there we go. I think those are good. We'll let that sit for a minute and let air rise to the surface. And we will mix up our... So we're trying to go for this color right here. This is not actually just a red... This is a mix of a pink and a yellow. I mean, mostly this pink and then a little bit of the yellow. Maybe save flowers and the like for more intermediate course. Yeah, I'm planning for this to be kind of a beginner's course type thing. That's kind of how I was figuring it would go. So this is just going to be a one and done type deal, but yeah, that's kind of how I was thinking it would go. Try that, see how that's feeling opacity wise. Yeah, I'm thinking, so here's my plan for the course. It's literally just going to be like a 1 hour class. Maybe a little bit longer. I did email the folks and say, hey, if we go a little bit over time, is that going to be okay? Because I've been thinking things through and it's probably going to be longer than an hour. My plan is to kind of give people talk about a couple of different techniques. So I'm planning to talk about dirty pours, mica drops and Petries, and then maybe glitter a little bit. And a little tiny bit more yellow. I think that's pretty close. And then I'll have everybody go and put all of their dry pigments and glitter and everything into their mixing cups. And then I'm going to mix up 100 milliliters of resin. I'm just going to mix it up. I decided that that would be easier with the amount of time that we have, and also just to keep everything simple. I do plan on, let's maybe a little bit more. That was pretty close, actually. It's not too bad. And then I'll divvy that up for everybody. I figured I'd walk everyone through what I'm doing while mixing. It's pretty close. But it's just going to be easier, I think, for me to mix it. And then we'll go and divvy it up into our cups, add our liquid colorants. And I'm going to kind of walk people through these steps, I figured, as we go. And then we'll actually pour our stuff. I figured I'd walk around and help people with whatever it is that they're making while they go. But yeah, I think keeping it to just kind of those, like, obviously people can experiment and do stuff as they'd like to. They don't have to do any of one of those 4 techniques. But I figured it might be fun. To be fair, my resin class is happening right after someone else's resin class, but I also don't know what they're doing in theirs. So, who knows. Alright, let's add this in here. Looks like things are going. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. This one might be slightly more pink, but that's okay. It's hard to tell. This is very much, you know that like bright red color, like bright red pink color that flowers are sometimes, and you can't get it in photos. You know what I mean? Like there's like this bright red pink color that just never shows up right in photos. It's like it's always brighter in real life than it is in photos. Like you almost can't comprehend the color. It's so vibrant. That's kind of what this color is right here. It's very, very bright and very kind of pink and kind of red, which is what I was going for, of course, but it's just very, very bold. I definitely got extra here too, but that's good. I'll set that off to the side for now so we can use that for more things as needed. Alright. What did I say I was going to do next? I think the Ranger ones, because they have all those plants that we're going to need to, let me put this out of the way. Make some green resin. But I think they're Ranger ones so that, because we have all those plants that things are going to need to get air out from underneath. We'll probably go for the darker green. Might add a little tiny bit on my darker green color here. I do worry it'll get a little too dark because this green is very dark. Oh wait, I still need this one. Oh gosh, there we go. Did not want to. Okay. Oh, that actually didn't get super dark. I was a little bit worried it'd be too dark, but I think that's okay. Might be too light even. Should I go a little bit darker? I do want the plants to be visible, so I don't want to go too dark. We'll do one more drop of the dark green and call it good, wherever we end up. There we go. And that's going to be the last of our green. Why is this leaking so much? Look at how much dark green there is. Why is it doing that? Stop that! Why are my fingers green? I don't want my fingers to be green. Okay. Yeah, that's a good green. So these have flowers and moss and stuff in them, and then we're doing a green resin around that. So I'm going to add a little bit, and then we'll probably have to come back to these as the resin starts sinking a little bit. Woo! Might have put a little bit too much on top there. Hopefully I have enough resin here. Maybe I didn't mix up quite enough. Well, if I end up with two-tone green ones, that's fine. I'll do. Might have to mix up some more green resin. I found that if I overfill them, like I did this one, it's harder for the air to make its way out. So we're going to get rid of some of that. I'm also going to squish it a little bit. Woo! No, don't fall over! I'm just trying to get some of the air bubbles out from underneath. But yeah, I probably could have made a little bit more resin there. But we'll give things a second to... I was estimating about 2.5 milliliters per keychain, but I'm thinking that some of these take a little bit more, and I didn't really take that into account. So, I have to mix up some more. Yeah, I need to mix up some more resin. Luckily, I left a little bit of resin here, so we can mix up some more. And that's why I leave extra resin in my mixing cup. It's for in case we need it for one of these. So I think we did 2 drops of this and 2 drops of the other one, so maybe we can just do a drop of each, and that might be good. Although this might end up darker, but honestly it's going to be okay if the top is a little bit darker, I think. Oh my gosh, so much green ink on that. Yeah, like I said, this might be a little bit darker, but oh well. This does give me a better idea of how much resin I'll need next time, too, for the mix of different shapes and styles and things for these keychains. I need to assume that it will take more than 2.5 per. I also probably gave myself a little bit less. I actually only gave myself about 20 milliliters. I probably should have gone closer to like 30. I probably would have been closer. It really varies from keychain to keychain. might be enough. It's going to be very close. I'll use every last little bit of this in here. I'm debating trying something slightly different for the last materials video. I've been working on kind of the script for that, but I'm debating just doing like bullet points. For the last couple of videos, I've pretty much written out the script like completely, which you might have noticed if you've noticed how much I'm like kind of looking off camera. I'm trying to figure out a good way to not do that, but yeah, teleprompter. No, I was thinking of just doing kind of like bullet points maybe this time of like, here's the thing, here's what I want to say about it. Just because there's so many things I want to talk about, I don't know if it's worth it to write it all out. I don't know. I've written out some of it. I've kind of got bullet points for other parts of it. Just haven't really decided yet, I guess. Alright, so we've got our Ranger ones. I think they might be okay. We'll set them off to the side for now. Let them, let the air bubbles rise to the surface. And while we do that, let's do... Should we try the Petri next? Or should we do the, let's do the other, main one that we want to get done, the barbarian ones. So for the barbarian ones, I've got clear resin with some red glitter, red chunky glitter, and red foil. And then we're going to do a mica drop through it with our silver color here. I'll probably add a little bit more resin to the silver. It doesn't take very much, but I don't have enough that I for all of them. But I do also want to make sure that I have enough mica in there for it to sink. I should, yeah, that's still very saturated. Okay. There's our ones for that. Yeah. I don't have quite enough here for all of the ones that I wanted to do, but that is okay. It's a little easier for me to, I can do some of these later. There's like a hair or something here. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these today, it looks like. Come on, glitter, get off the side. There's glitter, step to the side. Ah, no, don't fall over, come back. Oh. I think those are looking okay. Should have put more, maybe done more resin, made more of them, but I can make more later. And honestly, having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I think I have one more upstairs. Having 10 total will be fine for the event. Alright, but we are going to dribble this on top so that it can start its way sinking down to the bottom. just a nice little bit of shimmery silvery mica infused resin. Someday I will make sets of dice. Once I get all of my designs, I think, cemented, maybe I will make sets of dice with all of these designs too. I do think that might be cool. Or at least D20s or something. But D&D class themed dice would be fun. All right, that's in there. Set those out of the way as well. All right, let's get that Petri done. So we're trying a couple of monk designs. One of them is going to be a Petri, and this is just going to be clear resin with a little bit of shimmer, and then we're going to do a teal Petri dripping through it. Let's do this one. We'll do a crystal mold. I've got the most of those, so that works as a standard, I guess. So let's get our resin put in there. And I need to just maybe these crystal ones just take more than I thought they did. I wanted this to be fairly full, since we're not really adding any more resin on top of this. We're just going to be adding some ink. Probably should go through and measure how much volume these all have. You can do that fairly easily. I just broke this stir stick. Oh well. You just go and fill them with water and then pour it out into your measuring cups, and then that'll tell you exactly how much they hold. That is broken. That works fine. All right. It just takes time. I haven't found the time to do it. Alright, let's see how well I can do it a Petri. I'll probably add way too much ink, but we'll see. And one more drop of teal. And a couple more drops of white. In the middle, and we'll see how it goes. I'm always worried about adding too much white, because set that off to the side and we'll see if it starts sinking. But yeah, I'm always worried about adding too much of the white, just because it makes, or too much of ink, because it'll make it super soft. I don't need it to be super soft. We're going to add white to all of these and try to make them kind of semi-opaque. Oops, I added 2 drops of that. I did not mean to. That's going to end up darker than I really wanted it, but that's okay. I'm going for kind of light colors here, if at all possible. Add 2 drops of white there. Okay, stir sticks. These are definitely brighter probably than like actual jade. I mean, jade can be fairly bright, but I'm going more for kind of the vibe of jade, and the white's kind of softening it a little bit. Ooh, this ended up much darker than I was anticipating. Not quite the right color, but that's okay. I think I got the semi-translucent part down though. Yeah, those colors aren't bad. Find more stir stick. What do you guys think? Should I even use this green? It probably looks even more blue on camera, but it's rather blue. Or should I just stick with our lighter ones? If I have enough of the lighter ones. I could do mostly the lighter ones with a little bit of the dark. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do mostly the lighter ones with a little bit of the dark and a little bit of the shimmer. I think that might be the way to go. I think this one's the one I like the best. Seems like a good plan. These are kind of similar. I can't talk. These are kind of similar anyways, but one's a little bit more bright, one's a little bit more pastel almost, I'd say. I could also do a drop of ink on here. I'll do a drop of ink. Ooh, I'm doing things. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of this dark green. And then all of the dark green, and then some of the shimmery lighter green. Alright, we'll pour this into a crystal one as well. And then if I have leftover, I might pour it into like a flat one or something. Got our green colors. I could have waited until this was a little bit thicker, but why? Why not? I want it kind of mixing a bit. There's that one. I don't know that the Petrie's sinking at all. Maybe we'll do a dye with the leftovers. Seems like a good plan. Alright, let's get the fish going as well. And check in on these dice. So this fish, I'm going to do a white base. I don't know why I did so much white. I was honestly distracted trying to think about talking. I found that once I get to close to about 3 hours, I think, on stream, and it's only been about 2.5, but once I get it close to about 3 hours on stream, that's when my brain starts to melt. You wouldn't think about streaming necessarily as being, like, very hard. It's not necessarily, streaming's not really hard, but it is surprisingly exhausting. I tend to equate it to driving for any extended period of time. Like, you know, driving 15 minutes is not exhausting or even necessarily super hard once you get used to it. But driving for like 3 hours, that's, you know, you spend so much time just having to be on and having to be focused on multiple things all at once. You can't not be focused on things. That it's just like, oh gosh, my brain is ready to shut off now. Alright, so let's see. Fishy. Probably could wait until this is thicker, but I don't want to. I don't wanna. Okay, I'll put all this orange in here. Creamsicle fish. Hopefully I estimated right on this one. It's possible I didn't. Although I've got everything else done, I'm going to put any leftover clear in here as well, I think. Might as well just toss this in here. Alright, we've got some clear, we've got some orange. I'm going to put a drop of yellow and a different drop of orange in here. And we're going to pour that in. Oh, excellent. I think we'll have just the right amount of resin. Actually, I think we'll have a little bit of extra resin. Ooh, I hope that turns out. I like the colors. Look at those colors. I hope it looks good on the other side. Alright, we've got a little bit of extra resin here. We will make a few extra little dice. We could make a couple of like more pendants even if we wanted to. It looks like these still have plenty of resin on them. That's part of the reason I was letting these sit for so long, is because of those plants in there. I wanted to let air bubbles rise, and we've given them plenty of time, so air bubbles should be hopefully risen at this point. And it doesn't look like the level of the resin has gone down too dramatically, so we're probably okay. Just make sure I've got enough, a little bit of extra resin on all of these. And I think we're probably good. We can get the lids on there. Alright, let's get the lids on these and get these out of the way, and then we'll use our last little bit of resin in a couple of just dump molds, a couple extra molds. There are still a few air bubbles on the surface here. We'll try and get those to pop. I'm just using a little bit of rubbing alcohol to hopefully break the surface tension a little bit. Also get the cat hair out of there. Get out of there. It's always cat hair. I'll be honest, I took tape to my sweater right before I started, because I was just like, why is there so much cat hair on this sweater? That's why I'm not wearing the lab coat behind me too. It's like, I need to take a lint roller to that thing. There is so much cat hair on that. It's almost ridiculous how much cat hair is on the lab jacket behind me. I don't even know how it all got there. Actually, it might have been in my closet for a while. The cats like to sleep in my closet. That could be it. Alright. Let me grab the my tray here. We're gonna try to the Petri started to sink a little bit, but I also just spilled some of the ink. It was just sitting on top. Yeah, that's okay. I'll add one more drop of white. Alright, let me get these in here. Get some of these things kind of wedged between each other so that they're not falling over. Alright. I got fish too. Alright, cool. So let's grab, we've got just a little bit of extra resin here. We've got literally just these. That's our extra resin. So let's make a few little, you have returned! Welcome! I'm just pouring out the last little bits of resin. We'll make a few bonus dice and call it good. Although actually, this might be pretty as a pendant. No, we'll make some bonus dice. I always need more dice. I don't remember what kind of dice I need though. I got these. We'll put all of our greens and maybe some of our sparkly in this D20. It is kind of funny how often the dump molds, so these are dump molds, these are just, I'm just dumping whatever I've got left in my cups into these. These are, you know, that's what a dump mold is. It's just where you dump off all your extra resin. But it's kind of funny how often dump molds end up looking the best. It's kind of funny. A little bit infuriating. I can't say that word. Infuriating? Infuriating? How do you say that word? Infuriating. Infuriating? I think that's it. Infuriating. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's just like, oh man, I tried to make these these dice. I thought they were gonna be super pretty, and then the leftover set of the dump mold dice ended up being better. But it's kind of funny how that happens. That. Fill it up the rest of the way with the sparkly stuff. It's so, dude, this sparkly stuff is so pretty. In the words of the late Bob Ross, happy accidents. It's true. It's true. I have discovered many of a design that I've then gone back to make from dump molds. It's kind of, it's it's fun what you can discover when you're not worried. That's what I was saying before about one of my tricks for kind of getting out of artist block almost is just to try and make something that doesn't look good. And it's kind of it's almost because of that, I guess. It's just like, it's amazing what you can discover when you're not trying to do, not trying to make. How do I say this? Actually, I want it down. But yeah, it's amazing what you can discover when you're not trying to make something that's the absolute best that it can be. I feel like you're willing to experiment more when, or at least I'm willing to experiment more when it doesn't matter as much. You know what I mean? And that is part of the reason I try to treat every set of dice as an experiment to a certain extent, is so that I'm actually like willing to try things. And then also, if it doesn't turn out, I'm not too broken up about it either. There are some sets of dice where I'm just like, I cannot mess up on this. And those are commission dice where I am putting something in the dice that matters to someone. So, and in those cases, I will do a lot of tests before actually using the final piece that they want me to enclose. So like I've done, I did a set of dice at one point that had some bones that someone found. I can't remember what kind of animal they were from, but they found these bones, and they're like, man, it'd be really cool to have these in a set of dice. And so I was like, all right, let me make some mock-up sets of dice so you can see the design before I put the actual bones in them. So I don't, you only have one set of those. I don't want to mess them up. That's red. I did a set with someone's tooth in it recently. I'll probably try and get the video of that done at some point. I also did a set with ashes in it recently. And that was less of a case of not having more of the material. It was just a case of this is a personal material. I don't want to waste any of it. And I don't want to end up I don't want to end up keeping any of it for myself. You know. So those are the ones where I'm just like, this is not an experiment, this is I will get this right. So I will do lots of planning so that I get it right. Let's see, you're currently in mold making limbo. You made the basis for your new mold, but you have to wait for some new mold housings to be made and sent to you before you can make the caps. Ugh. Hopefully soon. Alright, there's this. I'm tempted to do this. That might be a pretty necklace, actually. I was going to do a D10, but I'm going to make a necklace out of this. I think this would be a really pretty necklace. If we have leftover, we'll make another die. little bit left over. What do you use for your mold housings? I know some people use like PVC. Like, are you having something 3D printed, or you know, what are you using? I just use Lego for mine, which works surprisingly well, although it can be kind of a pain sometimes. All right. Yep, that's heavy. That's starting to sink already. And we still got a bit left. Let's put it in here. I don't have enough resin to fill this thing though. And it's going to be close. I have also, with the dump mold, sometimes I've discovered that it's like, oh, I poured the, you know, I did the mica drop way too early. It would have been nicer if I'd waited a little bit, because then it wouldn't have sunk quite as much. Would have gotten more drips instead of it all sinking to the bottom. I bet this is going to be one of those cases with the pigment paste, where this dye ends up better than the D20s. Like, it does more drips instead of all sinking to the bottom. How much do you want to bet? Oh yeah, we'll have plenty of resin here. There. Alright. Yeah, there's a little bit of resin left in here, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that. It's just a tiny amount. So you ordered some hexagonal 3D printed housings, about 2 inches wide and 1 inch high. Which are the bases. The new ones you ordered are the same, but 2 inches high and have no keys. I see. So you have the part to make the bases. You just didn't have the part to make the lids. All right, let's get the lids on these, and then we'll probably call it done. Like I did mention it earlier, I'm not going to be streaming arts and crafts next week. I'm going to be streaming Phasmophobia, which is a ghost hunting game with my normal Phasmophobia group, and that will be over on my other second channel. I can't talk. I got distracted putting old bits of resin into a bag earlier in the stream. So I really can't judge on you getting distracted. But yeah, so we'll do Phasmophobia next week. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. It should be fun. I think I might. So I was talking about how I'm not having fun with like editing the gaming video that we're currently editing, just because there's so much footage. But I do think maybe I want to do some more stuff over on that channel. Not even necessarily games, just miscellaneous stuff. I don't know. It's just going to be kind of my miscellaneous. I want to film a video, but I don't want to have to care about it too much spot. So I don't know. We'll see if I get around to things there. I'm more focused on getting the videos for this channel done first. But if I ever have some more free time, maybe might work on some of those things. All right. I am gonna go I'm gonna talk. Hopefully, I'm gonna go pop these into the pressure pot. I need to go fill the air compressor with air, and that's quite loud. So I'm gonna call it here. Yeah, have fun pouring resin, Tara. I will hopefully see you guys next week or in the Discord before then. Have a good rest of your week. Bye.